pass and enough want pass and them not see nothing. So we want Haitians which is here with we are the victim. Because we are youths, we suffer too, you know. With the Haitians them, because we couldn't go to school, couldn't get work and them there with we. So we want to see something. Even the land situation, we want 100,000 land right now for rest of foot pan while we are wait the further development within the situation. Something must be done urgently.
Yeah, I get from Montego Bay, a brethren who has been fighting for this cause of the elder them over the years. I will know him personally over the years when we reached there, used to Montego Bay. But
yeah, and Muta, we have right here with us, Muta. We have Mikey General, brother Mikey General. How you doing, brother?
Blessed, love, and praise. Give thanks. It's a blessed morning, man.
Just checking on the bingy right here, so we'll provide. This is wonderful, isn't it, Mikey General? You were on the, tell us, Becca, you've been with this for the entire weekend, from Thursday. Tell us about your own looking back to look forward. How you see the thing from the march?
Well, it's a great occasion, you know. I was down there from the march, as you say. We marched down Ward Theatre. And, you know, just to see this generation of energy within Rastafari is a great energy, you know. So I just want to implore the brethren them, come and support the thing, because we are musicians, we are the voice of the people. Come, we see something like this happening, make us jump on board and support this thing, because as we say, this is a movement where we long to see this. The crowd that we see down by in Apple Tree the other day in downtown Kingston was phenomenal. So here we are, we're trying to carry it forward again, and we just have full joy at the moment, Empress. May I tell you, it's one of the greatest moments for a long while in Rastafari in Jamaica. Right?
Well, Mikey General, you know we love you, and at first we buck you up so much. We buck you up Thursday, we buck you up Saturday, we buck you up this morning. While you're on the move, man.
Yeah, we can't let the thing, man, you know. You see, Rastafari is where I get my strength from, you know. So anytime Rastafari gather, I have to be there because I want that strength. And as I say, we are the voice of the people, so we have to represent right, you know.
And one thing you said to me, Mikey General, on Thursday at in front of Ward Theatre, because you were one of those who got there early. Yes. You said to me, this is not an artist business.
No, this is bigger than artists, man. This is Rastafari. Rastafari is for the people, it's for the world. You know what I mean? So bigger Rastafari is for the people, it's for the world. You know what I mean? So bigger than I and I as an artist. So I and I come here to embrace it, strengthen it, and play our little part, because I and I there up on stage and jump up and say Island Selassie. And when the right time come and the people gather and say Rastafari, we're not there. No, it don't look good. So I have to make sure I am here. Whenever they say Rastafari, I am present. You know?
We love that, we love that. It's kind of hard for left Mikey General and enough. Mikey, you can ride with him, huh? I've been with him. Ride with him with something, man. Ride with him, man.
Hey, Mikey General, don't perform, you know. Where my perform again?
More time, what we ride with him,
Him just don't perform, Rasta.
Yo, me say fi teach the youths an African story. Tell them about them African glory. Let them know they are kings and queens. Build up their self-esteem. Write anything, man.
I'm telling you, serious thing. The Lion of Judah reign for fight. And the Naya Bingy drummers. Okay, me and my brother Jalani with me. I'm a producer, so we must break Jalani. So we're going to break and come right back. A quick break, and we're back. We're coming to you live from the Jarett Park in Montego Bay. It's brought to you courtesy of Island-wide Home Refurbishing. We specialize in refurbishing, turning your ordinary home or office into something extraordinary. Call 437-6974. Jalani, you can read this. You read the next one, number 2.
All right, Contractor Music Marketing, promoters of nature's hit single Revolution.
Mr. T Auto, Main Street Outwares, for all your auto needs, 974-2240.
Brown's Dry Cleaning and Laundromat, Salt Spring, 36 Church Street, Montego Bay. We keep people clean.
All right, I must know, radio announcer extraordinaire. You was able to read Joy's handwriting, so that's a plus for you. Are you without your glasses? Where's Sonia?
I think she might be still resting, yeah?
Okay, because she has been booked for an interview this morning, you know. And I just want to say thanks to Dr. Sonia Stanley Nyam for directing me and Joy last night, because we were lost 50, 100 times before we got here. We left Montego Bay Square, Samsham Square at 9, and we did not get here till 10.
Yeah, Montego Bay, if you're not from this city, can be a little bit of a maze, you know? So you have to know where you're going. That's the thing about Montego Bay. But yeah, man, give thanks.
So thank you very much, Sonia. Thank you, my girlfriend. Thank you. All right, Jelani, big thing. From Thursday till now, we've seen Rastafari on the move. Is this unprecedented, this kind of movement of Rastafari over the entire weekend?
Well, in a very interesting way, I think the Carl Gardens commemoration, this 50th anniversary, has reminded Rastafari of its ethos, its origins as an active movement. You know, I like to talk about Plano, but Plano often say we're not a statement, we are a movement. And I think going into the street with the cause of Carl Gardens and moving that knowledge across the island has been a very, very important mandate for this 50th year. The power of this is not something that you can measure, because you know, there was a wonderful moment on Friday evening when Mama Blossom gave a poem, and the essence that I gathered was the pupil is a better student than the ear. I would rather see a sermon than hear one any day. And this collective demonstration has been a wonderful visual sermon. What it will do for decades to come is to remind people of this year and this moment as a moment for their own initiation into a sense of social responsibility, and that we can start, we can engage with actual cause in a way that animates it, because that's what has happened with the Carl Gardens cause. I see where students are coming out to tell me that they are now hearing about Carl Gardens and want to see the DVD, or they want to hear a little more about it. And this is the thing, if we are not able through processes like these to keep relevant histories alive, then the martyrs themselves would have suffered in vain. And I think credit is due to the wonderful work that has been done by a number of ones over the last 2 decades to resurrect this. Easter J is one of the key and central ones who really unified a community of interest around this matter. It didn't just have to do with Rastafari, it had to do with agents in the government, it had to do with academics, it had to do with reporters, it had to do with the elders themselves. And this was a mobilization that he, for months before the commemoration, would single-handedly engineer until a committee constituted itself in order to give it more credibility. I remember seeing Easter J more or less induct new members every year into this tradition, you know, spreading the range of the invitees, you know, and engaging the most diverse kinds of groups to know that, yes, this is a national event. And in a sense, Rastafari has been the genuine one worthy of reminding people at this time of the year, the Christian most holy celebration. It is Rastafari that was crucified. It is Rastafari who stands today as the exemplar of Jamaican achievement.
As Professor Barry Chevron said in 1999 at Samsham Square, I think it was, Rastafari is a conscience of the nation.
See, and this conscience is one that has led. In fact, one of the things that this demonstration reminds me is, in a sense, it demonstrates that this movement, which has been viewed in various ways as patriarchal, etc., really is a way of cohering the family back together, because this is a family matter. And the role of the patriarch father, the ones who, I mean, there are matriarchs who also suffered, but the ones who we know are behind the harps and behind the rituals that happen in a cyclical way to give us hope are a part of a larger unification of the African family, because the African family was severely scarred from that colonial process. And I think Carl Gardens was a culmination of a victimization of aspects of that family, you know. And IrieFm, I think, has demonstrated how it is that media can also lead, because part of what has come in this year that has been very different is the complete devotion of IrieFm on the matter. I know that IrieFm always gives an ear to this matter and many other issues, but you have helped to bring significance to the need to address this 50th year as a significant one.
And something that happened, Jelani, in terms of media, is that yes, you talk about IrieFm and taking the lead, but interestingly, where we are in media, we were there. For example, News Dot 93, Nationwide, Best FM, Roots FM, and this was a coordinated effort, and I think pretty successful.
And unprecedented in the sense that it is almost like the people's media that you have named, you know, the genuine ones that have people's representatives voicing themselves, and you see how the dominant media has positioned themselves differently as well. You know, in a sense, this is a story of hope as big as the Million Man March in America. But the conventional media, their only concern was whether there were a million. I don't know if you remember the coverage of that march. Now, our media just politely re-engaged with fabricated understanding of who was victim out of this, our dominant media. So it tells you how clearly our role is to position public opinion as well, you know. And you don't have the cameras, but you certainly have the people's voices. And
we really have to correct that. Our dominant television media. You understand me, Jelani? That's why it now go work.
Yeah, and in a sense, you know, it tells you how much more work we have as a people. We don't own media, really. So we are still bandwagoning on the other providers' generosity. And that's something that we really need to address. But at the level of what I think the 50 should mean, I think it is time that we are able to identify an appropriate way of memorializing this permanently. There are survivors who are still with us. You know, a range of strategies, I think, are really called for to ensure that their lives are comfortable. Just when I came in on the ground yesterday, one of the elders who identified himself as still having head injuries related to the beatings at Kargad was keen to say, I haven't been documented. I feel I need to be documented as well, but I also need consistent assistance. I think we need to now try and formulate this energy behind caregiving, especially for those who are in need of that care and are specifically related to that atrocity. And this is something that we have the capacity to do. I think it requires, you know, galvanizing the resources within. I made a similar appeal a few nights ago at the Narbing Center. And when I came off, a brethren came to me and said, no, brethren, sometimes I have food all at that way. And if someone says to me, this is a space that I can collectively bring this in interest of these persons we have identified. So I'm saying that this active aspect that we have engaged this year should become more concrete, you know, as a way of solving our own issues, while engaging officially, because officially there's still a lot that needs to be achieved. Nothing has been done yet. This is still a people's initiative.
Well, I know this is a very, very interesting discussion, and we could continue with that because I really find what you're saying so poignant. What I want to ask you is that coming up in August, there will be a Rastafari conference which will be addressing some of these issues. Talk to us about that.
Exactly. This is really a year of celebrations that have a number of related visual demonstrations. In fact, IrieFm has done a good deed in taking the leadership into the streets, because we had intended it to spread from Kingston to Montego Bay and island-wide, and we have achieved that very early with the launch. Within the next few months, there are a number of things that will help to highlight the aspects of Carl Gardens. There's an exhibition at the IOJ that will have within it major aspects